Hi and welcome to Cosmic Consciousness with Cassia. On this channel we discuss all aspects of the ascension process. I have a variety of different services that I offer to assist you in your awakening journey, and if you would like you can check those out in the description box below. We are going to be doing a reading for Pisces today. This is going to be for Pisces for August 2020. Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising signs. This is a general reading. It's not going to resonate with everyone. Take what fits and leave the rest. If you don't know your different planetary placements and you're like, I have no idea what my moon sign or my rising sign is. I mean, you guys are Pisces, so most of you probably know. But if you don't, you can go to a website such as astro.com, plug in your birth information, and they'll generate a chart for you. So Pisces, August 2020. This is going to be an exciting reading because I went right for the Starseed Oracle, which I usually start with the tarot for these, but this is what wanted to come out for you guys. So the first card is Wait. It's not yet time. Things are being woven. And so I'm feeling for some of you guys like you've been in this little bit of a limbo stage and you guys are so cosmically connected, right? It's like you know and you understand. Like you guys are super old souls, right? Pisces is the last sign in the zodiac. It's the completion of the evolution of our human journey, right? As we merge back with oneness once again. And so like you guys, if you're not very mystically inclined and you haven't explored that part of your nature yet, the fact that you're watching this video probably means that you are ready to start. That's why you found my channel. So anyone who's like, I don't really know, I was never super into all of that new agey stuff or whatever you want to call it, like you're being called back home. You're being called to your roots right now. But a lot of you guys, like, you do know that you're here for a purpose. You're just kind of in that place where you're like, well, I don't really know what that is. You know, like I believe in so many different things. I understand all of these concepts of interconnectivity and unity and I'm into so many of these mystical things, but I don't know how to put that together. I don't know what my next steps are. I don't know where to go from here. And so Spirit is saying, just wait. Like right now, it's okay that you don't know. You guys are in this incredibly beautiful period of growth and sort of up-leveling in a way. And you guys have been through a lot. Like it's been an intense year for you guys so far. And so it's like Spirit's just saying, like, you don't have to know everything now. Like, don't put too much pressure on yourself to try to figure out where you're going. Just know that, like, there are things that are happening in the unseen that are going to facilitate these next steps of your growth. So just take the next opportunity that's offered to you. Just go with that next thing and trust and believe that you're going to be led where it is that you're meant to go when the time is right. Like if there are intentions, I feel like some of you put out intentions and you're kind of sitting back like, okay, so when's that going to manifest? When is that going to happen for me? And like it is going to happen and things and circumstances are aligning. You just can't see all of that yet. You're not meant to see all of that yet. It's just that process of having faith. And really, like, I thought of the void card when I pulled this too. Is like being in that void, being in that null energy. That energy in between, like, and I just did the new moon video, so you guys should definitely check that out. But it's like you're in that dark stage right now where you don't really know what's next, but it's just like continue your healing and continue to shine and continue to just go and explore what your heart is wanting to go and explore right now. And we have star ancestors, hidden secrets, lost wisdom, look a little deeper. Followed by activated earth, power places, ley lines, trust where you're led. Which is funny because we were just talking about like go explore what you're being called to explore right now. And so for some of you, this may be actual places. But this is like, look deeper within yourselves. All of the knowledge that you seek is within you already. Like I'm being drawn to this door here in this pyramid, right? Like it's all in there. There is so much potential within you that is waiting to be unlocked. And part of how you're going to unlock that is just by going where you're led. Just taking that next step. It's like You have a million different directions that you might want to go in, and you don't really know what to choose right now. So just go where you feel the most drawn, where you feel the most at home. The things that feel like home to you, those are the things to continue to pursue more. And the things that feel like home to you guys are probably the things that feel really foreign to a lot of other people, because you are of that higher consciousness energy, just naturally, right, by your vibration. And so look a little deeper. And this is, once again, like looking past the surface. Like everything on the surface, things are not exactly as they appear on the surface. So look a little deeper when it goes to every situation. Like you guys have some really key things going on in your lives right now that are teaching you some really key lessons that are going to help you to achieve whatever these intentions were that you set, that you put out there to the universe. Like even though the situations may not look as though they have anything to do with that, or they're going to lead you to where you're trying to go, you just have to trust that they do, and that that's part of that plan and that orchestration. And there are key lessons that are unfolding for you, and they may be unfolding in the simplest and most benign of ways right now. So just everything is this beautiful cosmic dance with the universe. Even the most seemingly mundane things are really setting you up for this incredible journey of life. And there's so much hidden knowledge within you guys that, like, whether you realize it or not, all of this crazy energy that we've had throughout 2020, this 8-8 portal and the portals before that, but specifically also this 8-8 portal, it unlocked things in you. You guys have had experiences. You've received communication and downloads and light information, right, that you didn't even realize you were receiving. And that is slowly going to integrate. And the things that you're drawn to, the places that you're being led, whether these are physical places because of the energy of them that's going to unlock something for you, whether these are things that you're being led to explore, conversations that you're being led to have, anything, wherever you're being drawn is helping to unlock that lost wisdom that's been restored to you, that you never really lost, but that's been reactivated within you. And it's like this unfolding process is actually pointing you to all of your desires and all of your dreams that some of you didn't even realize that you had for yourself. So it's just really trusting that process. And once again, like trusting where you're led, even if it doesn't make any sense, especially if it doesn't make any sense. We go. And then we have forge, don't follow, pave a new path, be the leader you wish you had, and loosen your grip. Coping mechanisms, density, addiction, let God in. So this is like releasing all of those old patterns, releasing all of these old patterns that aren't serving you anymore. I feel like some of you guys, like you've been doing a lot of that and you're like, oh my God, you want me to do more? Like, haven't I given up enough already? Right? So it's like everything that we're giving up to allow that space for something else to manifest. And it's like we've really all this year been called to step out of our comfort zone, right? To really take the lead. Like you guys are not typically, and this is stereotypically, it depends on what else you have in your chart, but you're not necessarily always the ones to take the lead. You kind of like to just kind of float and do your own thing and kind of go wherever the wind blows you. And so sometimes it's like, for some of you, this is also a point where as you begin to receive these little nudges from spirit, you're then asked to step out of your comfort zone and do something. Like some of the things that you may be asked to do might feel really unnatural to you or might feel really uncomfortable. But to do those anyway, and you guys are really being asked to step up in your own lives. And like, the thing of it is, as we're moving into this new consciousness, this new earth, right? Like the leaders are not going to be the same as the leaders that we've had in the past. Like the leaders of this new earth are people that embody the qualities that you exude so naturally. This innate ability to empathize with people, this intuition, this compassion, right? This multifaceted, multidimensional perspective and understanding. All of these are the qualities that are going to make the new leaders, the people that people look to as they're going through this journey and this awakening process. Understanding that like what you guys have to offer is something so special and so unique that nobody else can offer exactly like you. So there may be people coming to you as they're beginning to awaken with questions, and you may be like, oh, I don't really know if I'm the person to answer that or not. Like, I have a friend who's a Pisces, one of my closest, dearest friends. I love her so much. And it's like sometimes she has trouble explaining concepts to people because she's just like, I don't know. Like, it just comes so naturally to me to understand that kind of stuff. Like, it's like second nature to her. So it's like people may be coming up to you and wanting you to explain these spiritual concepts and these different things to them. And at first you're like, I don't really... Just like trust yourself and go with it. Like, people are going to be looking to you guys for guidance because they want what you have. Whether or not you think that you have something that other people want that is coveted, you do. And so that's going to be, you guys are going to be noticing more and more how your natural talents and gifts are being recognized, and people are coming to you seeking advice, seeking comfort. Like, people are probably... The comfort thing a lot of you have probably gotten before, but it's like because of your natural energy, right? People tend to gravitate to you because they feel comfortable with you, because they know they can open up. But that's going to be happening more and more, and you're really going to be learning how to take the initiative in your lives in a way that you maybe haven't before, or you have not taken for a little while now. And if it's something that you just haven't taken for a little while now, it's going to feel really good to you to step back into that role of like being that guiding, commanding force in your own lives. And it's just letting go of all that stuff that isn't serving anymore. Those outdated coping mechanisms, those outdated beliefs, all of that stuff, like really just allowing that to go. Like, addiction in any of its forms, escapism, is a trap that Pisces energy falls into very easily, because it is that Neptunian energy of illusion and escape and all of that stuff. It's like you're so ethereal, right? The Piscean energy is so ethereal. It's like not really of this world to begin with. So it's easy to want to kind of fade out of this world. And so Spirit just wants you guys to be really careful that you're not doing that, and that you're continuing to do the work, and you're not just like waiting in this space and being in a state of complete inertia and inaction. Like, you're waiting, but you're like actively waiting. You're waiting, but you're still seeking. You're still paying attention, really tuning in and honing in on your intuition to a whole new level. Like, continuing to do that spiritual work on yourselves, however that is, and really like grounding in, activating, allowing yourselves to be activated by the earth, by the conversations and the interactions that you have with people. And yeah, just allowing all the old habits that are wanting to fall away, and not falling back on those, and really being actively engaged in whatever it is that's going on in your own life right now. Any final perspective? None of this matters. Zoom out. Common ground. So not getting caught up in the petty stuff either, especially as like all of these people are being drawn to your energy right now. Like, not getting caught up in any drama, really taking that perspective, like zooming out and seeing everything from that higher perspective, which you guys are naturally really good at. So just calling on that energy whenever you're in a situation that's feeling stressful. With all of this energy right now, with the Mars and Aries transit, with the Chiron retrograde, with all of these crazy aspects that Mars is making, definitely watch that new moon in Leo video. Maybe the weekly astrology video would be helpful for you guys as well, so you can really understand like all of this fiery energy that's a little bit much sometimes. Like, you guys are stepping into your power, and you're witnessing so many other people stepping into theirs, and there's just so much intensity. And so there may be situations that come at you that cause you to step into your empowerment, and there may be just challenging interactions that you guys are having with people where you guys don't really like to fight with people. You don't like to get in the middle of that kind of stuff. Like so just remember what you are so good at, which is zooming out and getting that higher perspective of situations when those happen, and really just knowing and understanding and reverting back to that. And I understand sometimes this can be a trap for you guys because you're so good at doing this that sometimes, for some of you guys, this is an old coping mechanism that you're being asked to release right now. That's interesting that that's coming through. Is this way that you kind of zoom out and you look at everything from that higher perspective and you're like, whatever, this person hurt me, but it doesn't matter because we're all just these infinite beings of light having this human experience, and it's temporary and it's fine, you know, that kind of thing. Like letting shit slide, letting people kind of take advantage, or not calling people out on certain behaviors because you're like, whatever, ultimately none of this really matters at all. How I feel doesn't really matter. How any of that, because this lifetime is like a blink in the eye compared to like our cosmic identity, like that kind of thing. So for some of you guys, you're being asked to let go of that as well, and to really to connect more with your human experience and to honor your own feelings and emotions, and make sure that those are being honored by the people around you. And I'm feeling for some of you guys setting boundaries too, as all these people are being drawn to your energy right now and seeking guidance and seeking support. Like you want to make sure that you're supporting yourselves as well during that process. Yes, and then on the bottom of the deck, this has not moved the whole time I've been pulling cards. Star Keeper, Cosmic Ancestor. Seed the light by staying grounded. So really staying grounded, really working on notice on being more human, being fully incarnated and what that means to you, right? Like stepping in and playing this active role in your lives, but at the same time, like maintaining your spiritual focus while doing that. I feel like that can be hard for you guys sometimes because it almost feels like it's that either or, right? I'm thinking of like the two fish right now, the polarities, the dualities. It's like I'm either all into my spirituality and all into like none of this matters, or I'm like completely immersed in like what we would call like the three-dimensional reality, and I'm just living my life and like I'm not so connected to that other aspect of myself. So you guys are being asked to merge those two aspects. You've really been focusing, I feel, a lot of you on that spiritual aspect again, and now some of you are being called to step back into that physical reality, but to bring that spiritual with you, to merge and balance those energies, to merge and balance those two fish, right? The mental and the emotional, the 5D and the 3D, right? All of these different aspects of yourselves, the masculine and the feminine, and to really like bring that God experience, that knowledge, that cosmic knowledge and wisdom, and that spiritual practice into your daily lives, and like finding out, like being challenged of like, how do I focus, how do I maintain both of those things at the same time? So that's the challenge that you guys are being asked to kind of step up to the plate with right now. Yes, and then we have surrender to the sweetness, Venus energy. Pleasure, joy, make love to life. So really just having fun, Venusian energy. This is like the energy of the earth, right? Really being centered in this human experience, enjoying all of what this human experience has to offer, and really like digging and sinking your teeth into that. All right, and then yes, I want to do one of these for you guys. This is the Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck. So let's see what we have coming up for you guys in this deck. Got Pisces, August 2020. Additional guidance for Pisces. Additional guidance for my Pisces. Okay. We have High Priestess, harness mystic power, which is another, we had the card with the pyramids, right? And all of that integration of energies that we were talking about. And now we have the High Priestess, harness mystic power. And then Oracle, wait for important information. So you got two cards saying wait, which is really interesting. So I feel like this is going to be important for you guys, like that, not knowing what your next move is, and like not making any big moves just yet, Like, walk through the doors that are open, right? Have the experiences that you need to have that practice of merging the spiritual and the practical, right? And learning that balance and learning that art. But just wait, there's more that's going to be revealed to you as far as like what those big moves are, what that purpose is. Like, you guys need a purpose, right? Like, if life doesn't feel purposeful and magical, you don't want to participate in it. And trust me, with this High Priestess Mystic Power card, like, life is going to be very magical. Do not worry about that. But in the meantime, like, and for some of you, I feel like there's a decision that you feel like you're needing to make, and you just don't have all the information yet. So Spirit's telling you, like, you will, just not quite yet at this time. So don't worry about it. If you don't know what to do, it's okay to not do anything. Unless it's like a situation that has to be addressed right away. But I'm feeling for some of you guys that this is like, there's something going on where it's just, you're not meant to know everything yet, but you will when you're meant to. So I don't know, that's gonna make sense for whoever it's meant to make sense for. But it's gonna make sense for who, you know what I mean? We're gonna read this High Priestess card here and see what this has to say. I just love this. I mean, I love anything Egyptian themed, so of course I do. But yes, just all of this mystic power, all like we were talking about, you received so much more than you realized that you received, and that's all integrating right now. And so when that integrates, this important information, I feel like for some of you, is going to come from your higher self as that integrates more. Align with the light and focus on all things positive, which reminds me of that final card that we just pulled from the Starseed Oracle too, of like finding the joy and the pleasure in life. The High Priestess is the physical embodiment of the divine feminine, the goddess in human form. She has had many names throughout time and space, but her essence has remained similar: fierce, powerful, and disciplined. In many traditions, particularly pre-Christian, the High Priestess was in charge of spiritual and religious orders and was the voice of authority and guidance from the gods. The High Priestess in this deck is the consort and partner of the High Priest. She is joined by a black cat representing the Egyptian goddess Bast, who protects her from lower energies, and she stands strong in her glory and power. How perfect is that? Stepping up, stepping into your power. You are a mystic with the capacity to connect with energies that go beyond the human senses. Within you is a force of magic that is directed by your will. There is an opportunity for you to rise up at this time, but it requires dedication and discipline. You are being guided to look at what you are working on or at the situation before you and determine where your priorities lie. If you are unable to figure that out, you must use your intuition and discernment to focus on what will bring you closer to your goal and the happiness of everyone involved. When this card arrives, it's also important for you to check in with your intuition, as it will give you guidance that will be important for your growth. Guidance that will be important for your growth. So yeah, like we said, some of this important information that you need to understand in order to move forward is coming from your higher self as you tap into that. As you tap into that wisdom and intuition that already lies within you, and really tapping into your empowerment. And these, so for some of you, when your purpose does manifest, when the next steps are given and you realize like what it is that you're meant to be doing and where you're meant to be going, like it may be a little bit overwhelming because it is going to require discipline. It is going to require focus. It is going to require you really harnessing that Mars energy, like I've brought up a couple different times during this, that's so strong and prevalent right now. But you are absolutely capable of doing that, and you're going to be happy to do that because like what it is that you're working toward is going to be so meaningful for you. Yeah, and then the Sun, enjoy happiness and success. So that's beautiful. That's all coming to fruition for you guys right now. It's just really learning how to tune into that internal guidance and to wait for that information and the knowledge, and just know that like if that's not coming through right now, just be present in the now. Just be present in your life right now. Enjoy your life right now. Go the directions that you're being led, and and things will all work out as they are meant to, as long as you just continue to take care of yourselves physically and spiritually, and really follow your heart and where it's leading you. And then what else did we have pop up? The Oracle again. Oh my God. Yeah, okay. The snake was the only new one that popped out there. Shed old skin. So this is once again shedding those old patterns, shedding those old aspects of yourselves that are no longer necessary and are inhibiting your growth, and really stepping into your voice, and stepping into your power, stepping into the new you, which is something that we're all being called to do right now. Yeah, I don't think I need to find the page for that. I feel like that was good. I'm wanting to get a couple of these for you guys too. This is the Keepers of the Light deck. Yeah, a lot of this stuff, these transmissions that we receive, all of this stuff that we were talking about, it integrates naturally in its own time. So really, it's nothing that we have to do that brings it about. It naturally integrates, and we begin to get those realizations and those understandings as we go along. But, I mean, meditation definitely helps for any of you that need to hear that. Meditation absolutely helps. And then we have Serapis Bay Ascension. Move into your true self. Rise above the darkness. The light is here. And Horus, Cosmic Gateway. Your thoughts are magnetic and powerful. Miraculous changes are occurring. And then on the bottom of the deck, Kali Ma, Facing Fear. Major spiritual changes are unfolding. This is your chance to soar. So this is like those old habits, those addictions, those codependencies, all those aspects that are coming up right now that you're getting ready to shed and move beyond, and really calling on Kali Ma if you need to, in order to facilitate that process for you and help give you the strength to do that. And it's just like, there is so much light surrounding you, so much support. This is a whole new phase of your ascension that you guys are entering into right now. And it's these miraculous changes are occurring. Those things that came up in the beginning of the reading, like things in the unseen, are coming to support you and your dreams and your vision. And as you tap into yourselves and more of your innate magical power, that vision will continue to coalesce. And the more that vision continues to coalesce, the more strongly everything that you need in order to achieve that vision is going to be attracted to you like a magnet. So really be aware of your thoughts right now. Really be aware of your thoughts. Like, you guys are like entering this, it's like you're in this portal, right? And your thoughts are just being magnified, and the energy of that is growing and growing. So you really want to, as often as you can, consciously direct your thoughts in the direction that you want them to go, toward the things that you are wanting to manifest. Think kind thoughts to yourself. Think constructive thoughts about other people. Like, you guys are really good at that, so that shouldn't be too hard. Just really pay attention to your thoughts. And if you're having times where you're being overwhelmed by emotion, in those times, stop and step back and look at, in a detached manner, at what it is that you're thinking. Because what it is that we're thinking is what's creating our emotions and the emotional reactions in our bodies, which is a vibration that we're then putting out. So really examine those thoughts and get to understand those thought patterns. For some of you guys, part of that, what you're shedding, is those old thought patterns that are not beneficial for you any longer. And you're moving out of that. You're realizing how powerful you really are. And there's only good that can come from that. But as we become more powerful, we have to take ownership over our energy on a whole nother level. We have a deeper level of responsibility as we gain more power. And so that's where that discipline comes in. And that's where we're really consciously creating our reality comes in. And being aware that the thoughts that we put out there are reflected and influencing the collective energy as well. So really, just taking care with that. and using that to our advantage to create what it is that we're trying to create for ourselves. For some of you guys, like, you're going to be manifesting things with your thoughts so quickly, and that's going to show you, and that's going to be like, if there's somebody who's sitting here like, I don't know if I'm really that powerful. I don't know what you're talking about right now, Cassia. I'm not feeling that. Like, sit back and watch. You'll notice. Pick something to think about consistently, right? And then watch how quickly that manifests into your reality. I'm actually laughing as I'm saying this because my friend who is a Pisces has been having experiences like this, and that's not the reason that I said it, but I'm connecting those dots. Like, she's probably watching this right now and laughing. So it's so funny that came out. But yeah, like, that is a great way for you guys to start realizing the power of your thoughts and your energy. And just think about that, how easily you guys are going to be able to manifest even these small things into your reality, and then see the potential for that. If I can create that, what else can I create, right? And so those are the thoughts that I want you guys to start having. What else can I create? And then dream a little bigger, and dream a little bigger, and create a little bigger, and just see where that goes. And I think that's going to be really interesting and really fun for you guys. And so I wanted to read this card to you. So much Egyptian stuff coming through for you guys. Like, you guys, some of you guys have had some heavy transmissions and received some activations from ancient Egypt, from your lifetimes and lineages in Egypt. There's a lot of that heavy Egyptian energy going on for a lot of you guys, and I'm feeling it. I love it. Serapis Bey is the light keeper in charge of Ascension. He once served as a priest in Luxor, Egypt, helping those passing on to cross over into the light. Now he has a presence we can call on in order to ascend. Ascension means rising up. It reminds us of the story of Christ being resurrected after death. This means that Serapis Bey can guide us from the lowest states of being back to the light. His energy is almost like that of a phoenix, giving us the support to move out of our own hell or darkness into a space that supports our growth. The stars cannot shine without darkness. You may have experienced a low state of being, trauma, or depression, but this is a new beginning. Become aware of growth. There is always room for improvement. There is also a sense of presentation now. You may be receiving documentation or certification to acknowledge your growth or experience. It's important to cherish this time and to realize that without the challenges or obstacles you have faced, you wouldn't be as strong, powerful, or focused as you are today. You are ascending personally and spiritually at this time, and the universe is here to support it. And so I love that when it's talking about the darkness and how that expands our growth, because you also got the Kali Ma card. So really a lot of facing and overcoming of darkness and allowing that, like, I think for Pisces in general, sometimes like looking at darkness can be kind of uncomfortable because you guys exist so naturally in the light, but it's really being willing to acknowledge those darker aspects of yourselves as well, especially with all of this heavy magnetic energy of your thoughts right now. Like, our subconscious, until we make the unconscious conscious, it will rule our lives, and we will call it fate. That's my favorite quote from Carl Jung. And it really helps to explain, like, we manifest unconsciously that which lives within the shadow. So if we don't acknowledge that darkness within us, it's going to help to create our reality without us even knowing it. So it's like, it's empowering to bring that darkness and bring those shadows into the light, because as we do that, we free ourselves from that. And so, yeah, you guys, that's definitely a strong message coming for you. If there's been something that you've been avoiding looking at, to really just become willing to look at it. You may not even know how to go about that process, right? Like, we talk about shadow work all the time and we make it sound so simple, but it's such an ambiguous term. Like, what does that really mean, and how do you really do that, right? And for me, it's just kind of been a natural unfolding process that's happened. But it's difficult. Like, I think about this sometimes, and I really want to create something for people to help to access that shadow material, because it can be it's such a nebulous term, right? Like, so what does that mean? So it's just like, what are the thoughts that make you uncomfortable? What are the things that you desire that make you uncomfortable? What are your fears, right? And so just starting to delve into all of that a little bit can help to unlock some aspects of the shadow. Like asking your higher self, doing a meditation and asking your higher self, like, please reveal to me what I'm ready to see. You can utilize a stone such as black moonstone or black obsidian that can help with shadow work. As just really for you guys, I'm feeling like meditating and asking your higher self. You can ask Kali Ma for guidance as well. You could even ask Serapis Bey for guidance. Like, what do I need to see? Reveal to me what I'm ready to see at this time. Reveal to me those aspects of my nature that are ready to be brought into the light. And then see what happens and see what unfolds from there. I guess that would be my advice for you guys who are kind of like how the hell do I do shadow work? What are you talking about, Cassia? What does that mean? Is like try that. Try going that route. And then we have Mother Mary on the bottom of the deck. Love and peace. Let go of the need to be right. Choose peace. Mother healing is possible at this time. So this goes with the card of like zooming out and seeing the higher perspective. When you have situations where people are challenging you and trying to maybe pick fights with you for no reason whatsoever, maybe because you start setting those boundaries and they don't like that. I don't know what this is going to do, but with all this, what this is going to entail, but with all this heavy Mars energy right now, it's highly possible. This is just another reminder to do what you guys do so well and step back from that situation and just send love to that situation, send love to that person. It doesn't mean you have to engage with them on that level. You can send them love from a distance, right? And just, yeah, like whenever I see this card, I always think of that old quote, like, do I want to be right, or do I want to have peace? And so that's sort of like the question that, and Horus wanted to pop out again, that's being asked of you guys right now, is in situations where like this may be you, Pisces, with all this aggressive Mars energy in the air, where all of a sudden like you're getting fired up and you're wanting to fight with people, you're wanting to argue with people, you're wanting to get your point across. And so if you feel yourselves getting pulled into that drama and those situations, right? Like look at what is that triggering with me? That's a shadow thing. That's another way that we can start learning some stuff about our shadow. But like, how can I express that energy constructively? And like, how can I step back from that situation and be like, okay, I'm getting fired up right now, but like, how can I direct this passion in a more productive channel or in a more productive direction, right? Yeah, some of you guys are going to be feisty, I'm feeling, this month and going into next month as well. So yeah, that could just be for you. Not even dealing with other people. For some of you guys, that's just for you. Like really like pull back on those reins, and like it's great to express yourself and to be empowered, but don't get overly into it to the point where you're getting pulled into other people's negativity and you're just like firing shots for no reason. Like really, you may have to pull yourselves back from situations. There may be situations that trigger you to a point where like it's that breaking point where you kind of snap. It triggers something within you. So just look at what that's triggering within you and go from there, and try not to get too caught up or too drawn into that. But try to understand, like see that situation from a higher perspective and see what that's teaching you about you. And then we have Odin, Psychic Insight. Your third eye is open. See truth for what it is. Follow your intuition. So more of that, just connecting with your own intuition, connecting with your inner oracle who has all the messages, your inner high priestess who has all the messages for you that you need to know, and they will be revealed to you. If you are disciplined in your seeking of that knowledge, through taking that time for yourself, through carving out that space for meditation, through like following your heart and where it is that you're leading you, doing the shadow work, doing all this stuff, like just connecting with yourself, like you hold the wisdom within you and you're going to feel yourselves coming into that knowing more and more. And then charity, prayer and contemplation. Connect with heaven, ask and you shall receive. The universe is so abundant and you are magnetic right now, and everything that you desire is also desiring you and seeking. And it's seeking you out. So I love you guys so very, very much. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Please hit the like button if you did. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet to my channel. Make sure you hit the bell with the little squigglies so you get the notifications. I offer personal readings. I offer Ascension transit charts. I offer so many different things, energy healings, which can be so profound and so helpful. Please reach out to me if you require assistance. And I hope that you enjoy the rest of this month of August. I will talk to you soon.